Hello and welcome to the NFL Kickoff edition of What Did I Miss? So today we have a very, very, very special guest, the original, the queen of sports media. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Linda Cohn. Finally! Oh my God, I'm so excited you're here.
Beads,
It's been a minute.
thanks for inviting me. For so many reasons. First of all, it's the NFL Kickoff show, so that's kind of a big deal.
Yep.
And number two, it's just like, I just want to say to your listening audience and your viewing audience that, I mean, I'm just so proud of you. I'm always proud of you. I am. I'm sorry, the mother in me is coming out.
Oh, geez.
But here's the thing why. Because, Beads, you always were genuine. Oh. You're always you. You didn't allow anyone to put you in a box or say, do this, act this way, be this for the bigger picture. No, the only picture is you looking in the mirror, and every stage you're on, you're genuine. And that's one of the most things I love about you. And that's why you're such a great success.
Well, now you know I can't do compliments. Now I'm very uncomfortable. I'm sweating. Well,
I got it. I got it out of the way now.
I know.
So
now you can focus. Okay. Well, I first of all, I just want to say this, because this past season with the hockey return, like all of it's back, and I thought, now I get to see Linda shine in a way, because I feel like, and I've told you this, so I'm not saying anything out of turn. I feel like you at times, depending on who's in charge of what, have been underappreciated criminally at the mothership sometimes. And so I'm happy to see more and more of you. And selfishly, I get to listen to you on Mad Dog a lot when I'm in my car, which is where I live. So that's the best part.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Well, first of all, thanks for that. And yeah, it was great. Hockey returned to ESPN. Yes. And obviously I've worked there long enough, Beads, 30 years, that I was there when it was there way back when. But it's a different ball game now. And I was grateful for any opportunity that ESPN, the mothership, gave me. You know, my biggest thrill was doing about 10 games in between the benches, ringside. I mean, I used to play the game, but to see it at that level, as you know, and I mean, you've been down there, you've been to multiple hockey games in person. This game is so exciting in person, but to be there ringside in between the benches, and yes, the puck has found me. You know, it's like, Michelle, it's like a little area. I don't know the dimensions, but I only did about 10 games there. A puck found me 5 times.
What do you mean found you?
Unbelievable.
What?
It just kind of flopped, you know, like the puck moves so fast.
Oh, no.
And it just kind of landed, you know, at my feet. I got hit once, but remember, I used to play goal.
That's
so
true.
I kind of just, you know, deflected it away. The players were concerned about my safety. I go, no, I had to educate them.
Like that
right?
is yeah, but you're right. You're a goalie.
You have to be alert. You can't be writing notes. I know you're, you know, but
anyway, you can't.
No. You know what else, though? And you brought up Mad Dog Sports Radio on Sirius XM Channel 82. I fill in for the doggy. I fill in, you know, for others. I love doing that. And you can relate because of this great, successful podcast. It's a way for you to connect with fans.
Yeah.
And that's what, even all those years at ESPN doing Sports Center, that's all I wanted to do, is let them know that I'm one of them. And having a stage on Mad Dog on Sirius XM, the beauty of that is not only you take calls, so you're connecting that way, but you can speak your mind. You don't have to worry about, I got to get out at this time to play 5,000 commercials. So I really love the freedom of that stage as well.
I mean, you can go on rants. And for those of you who haven't figured it out, Linda is all things New York. Giants, Rangers. So I feel like it's Mad Dog's the perfect place anyways, because it is very New York vibes. But yeah, to me, radio podcast format, it's the freest of them all. And you don't have to wear pants. Like, I don't even joke. Like, you don't have to wear pants. That is such a plus for people who don't want to sit in makeup chairs for 3 hours a day or do. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I mentioned it. Today's the kickoff of the NFL season. Every year it feels like it took forever, and that yet all of a sudden we find ourselves here. I'm going to just start with the Giants for you.
Sure.
Because the day that the season starts is the happiest day for every football fan. And then it changes, you know, tomorrow and Monday morning. How do you feel going into this season about your Giants squad?
Well, it's the happiest day for every NFL fan, unless you root for, you know, a team that you expect to be battling to stay out of the cellar of their division, which is what I predict for the New York Giants. Listen, full disclosure, I'll always stay loyal to my teams. You know, hashtag Together Blue Beads. That's the hashtag. And I will root for them. But the day that nice guy Daniel Jones took over under center, I was in the minority. They pushed my guy Eli out way too soon because I have unconditional love for that man for the 2 Super Bowls he won and beat Tom Brady and the Patriots.
Boom.
But I don't expect much. They can tell me all they want about all their improvements. The Giants don't get me excited at all. What gets me excited are all these young quarterbacks and who's going to end up being league MVP and how far Aaron Rodgers is going to take a step back with the Green Bay Packers. And can Josh Allen and the Bills live up to those high expectations? And, I can go on, and all these storylines. That's what we love about this league, this game. It's endless. They can talk all they want about the NBA, which is 365 days, 7 days a week. You know that. You lived it. But NFL, every game means so much. And I love the National Hockey League. You know that. But, the Stanley Cup playoffs is when that league just really rises to the occasion, especially if you're a casual fan. Now, I'll watch every hockey game, but for the NFL, we are locked in, right? For so many reasons. I bet you're on multiple fantasy teams.
Finally, after years of taking off, I was in one last year. I have upped it to 2 this season. I know it's a little much for me, if you ask me. But do you do it?
I did it 1 year, and I'm dating myself. I did it 1 year, and I had Cam Newton as my quarterback when he was good.
Yeah, of course.
And I won my league.
Oh.
And then I said, why don't I quit while I'm ahead?
What? That was it?
That was it. Listen, it's very time consuming.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it does keep you in the loop.
It does, but it also reveals things about friends and loved ones that maybe you didn't want to see. Like some people take it.
Give me an example.
They're so
speak from experience.
I got shushed the other day. Shush, I'm drafting. Bitch, I would light this place on fire if I get shushed one more time. It's like, you're not actually drafting, right? You know that this is all make-believe and fantasy.
Right.
It's
not your money. It's not, you're not the head coach.
No.
And all this. Yeah, that's really crazy. I was one of those first people. Okay, I know I'm a little old school. I get it. But when there was such a thing, when fantasy broke into its huge popularity, even when it was just starting, infant stages, baby steps, I was like, wait a minute. Are you telling me as a Giants fan, if I started a fantasy league, that I'd root for some Dallas Cowboys?
Exactly.
That doesn't make sense.
No.
And that is why I can't really wrap my head around it on a full-time basis.
I mean, some people are so hardcore, though. I have seen, even if the best possible player was a member of the enemy, I've seen them not draft. I'm like, okay, so I kind of respect that. It's
okay,
well, that's hardcore. But I feel like, look, we have the first game of the season for me is well done, NFL. Kudos to you. Rams, Bills, Super Bowl champs versus who everyone thinks is going to win the Super Bowl this season. I have mixed emotions about that. Why are we putting that kind of pressure on the Buffalo Bills? You weren't even in the Super Bowl last year. They didn't even win that. It seems like a lot, and I worry for them because of it. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong because, as you know from being in this business as long as you have, when everyone jumps on one side of the wagon, it tips over.
Mm-hmm. I know.
So there's a lot for a guy like Josh Allen who's entering his 4th or 5th season, and they're already making him the league MVP. I have to see more. They did bring in Von Miller, 2-time Super Bowl champ with 2 different teams. And, he was on the Rams last year. And, of course, they're playing him, as you mentioned, on Thursday.
That's so good.
Tonight. So the thing is this. I think they are capable of getting to a Super Bowl. They came so close. We saw that classic. It was the best game of the postseason, obviously, when the Bills ended up losing the way they did to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I think others might be taking a step back, but I'm not putting money on it. I'm not Beads. I would not put money on it.
Right?
I'm not saying that they're not going to the Super Bowl, but I don't feel 100% sure that they are. We're talking about the AFC.
Yeah.
You realize, and I know you do, how much better the AFC is to the NFC as we enter this season. We saw a little of it last year, but with the rise of the Bengals, the Chargers and Justin Herbert is going to be better. I mean, their head coach Brandon Staley is going to learn from his, analytic mistakes that he made.
Right.
But everyone seems to have gotten better. I'm not about to get off the Patrick Mahomes bandwagon quite yet.
Nope.
People are. They think the Chiefs will take a step back, losing Tyreek Hill. They still have a few weapons for Patrick Mahomes, and he's still Patrick Mahomes. So, and then you have Russell Wilson, who has a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, he does.
He's in Denver, newly paid, newly extended. He feels, hey, it's my time.
He's got a new catchphrase.
I wasn't respected in Seattle. Yeah, so Denver's built to win a Super Bowl. So the AFC is just so good. And that's what I would put money on, that an AFC team will win the Super Bowl.
That seems like a safer bet than just pick. It's just odd to me how Vegas and how the odds makers do it. Like the team that wasn't even in it.
You don't know how to do that? I thought you were going to tell me how does Vegas do it. I mean, you've been around the block a few times.
I wish I knew. Like, how are you picking they're not picking the returning champ. They're not picking the other team that was in the Super Bowl. It's weird to me how they do it. And it's just I think if there is a young dude that's capable of sort of putting the noise away, I do think Josh Allen's shown that he's this young. You're right. This young crop of quarterbacks is fun. Yeah. Like they get it, and then this is the worst segue ever. From the young to the old, I want to hear what you thought of Tom Brady. Obviously now, the 11 days out, the all the news stories coming out, New York Post, what have you, blah blah blah. Yeah. But when you saw him speaking in the press conference for the first time, what did you think? Like, is he going to be all here on the field, or is he just distracted and it's not going to be Tom Brady?
All right, full disclosure, and yes, I do get the New York Post app, even though I live in LA for the last 4.5 years.
I read it every day, Linda. Every day I read it.
Yes, it's the Bible. It's the Bible. I'm proud of you again.
I'm proud of you.
Quick side note, and let me get back to the Brady thing. But so I tell my son Dan, who I'm really considering trying to coordinate with and do a podcast with. He's all NFL all the time. I know, I'm figuring it out. But anyway. He loves Brady. And I love Brady, full disclosure. So I send him the first exclusive sources say from page 6. And he texted back to me after reading the article. He goes, Mom, I get it. But he goes, last I look, is page 6, credible? Like even my son, who's 26, was like, I don't know if we should trust page 6 of the New York Post. And he was born in Connecticut. But getting back to Brady, again, I am, this is just the haters out there, Beads. The haters are looking at him and his face during that press conference saying, I'm 45. I got a lot of shit, all this stuff. I mean, how real and great and genuine is that? I thought it was excellent. People want to bring the GOAT down. People want to kick the GOAT when he's feeling down. I don't buy it. He'll be fine. Yes, I'm worried about the offensive line, but the guys that were hurt are supposed to come back. Yes, Todd Bowles is the head coach. I believe in Todd, but listen, I'm fine with Tom Brady. He took time away, and do I believe the sources and Gisele's situation? I kind of do, and I'll tell you why.
I can see it.
And I want to get your input. I'll tell you, because Tom loves football so much. Nothing would tear him away from training camp except the love of his family and the love of his wife, Gisele. And when she's taken the kids away, that's a game changer and a deal breaker. So I hope everything does work out.
It is crazy. Like, first of all, every time, I'm 45, I'm like, he's a year younger than me, and I feel 1,000. Like, the idea that I would go onto a football field and just have my body pummeled at this stage. And it blows my mind that he's still capable of doing that. And I'm with you. I mean, I read a lot into his face only because he looked the part of a person who is stressed out and maybe not eating like they normally would. But he said things that made me think for the first time they weren't robotic answers. And I was like, wow, I never heard Tom Brady speak like this. I think it's going to be interesting because it's one of two ways, right? He's either, and men tend to do this better than most, he will compartmentalize and he will turn everything into football and become a beast again. Or, like a lot of us, he's just, distracted. I don't know which one shows up yet. If I had to bet, I'm betting Tom Brady will figure out and be Tom Brady. But it's the first time, I think, in his whole career where I'm just like, I really don't know what to expect or who to expect. And it's weird to me to see that.
Yeah, and I understand that. And the thing is with Tom, I think he'll show up and beat Tom Brady. I don't. Hopefully, the rest of the team will come through for him because not one person wins a football game. I don't care if you are the greatest of all time. So I think they'll be fine. They open, of course, this weekend against Dak Prescott and the Cowboys. And by the way, can we say this?
Yeah.
The people who make the NFL schedule, okay, they kicked ass.
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, it's Russell Wilson against the Seattle
Perfect.
Seahawks. Perfect. There was a bunch of other great matchups. Mac Jones against Tua, the two Alabama quarterbacks.
Yep.
I can go on and on. But do we have to, for the second straight year, have the Cowboys against the Buccaneers? What did you forget to finish your job?
At least it's not the first game. At least it's like I feel like, okay, the first game this season is perfect. I couldn't have asked, unless you just did, I guess, a Super Bowl, but it's well done and it's got everything that I would want. But yeah, you're right. I think the first week one, you do one of those pick 'em leagues where you have to pick a different team. I feel like even week one, I was looking at it going, nothing's clear cut here, perhaps. I know everyone always picks against the Jets, which is sad.
It is. Are you really disappointed that you sound like
Gabe, Gabe Goodwin works on here and he's in charge of us. He's our boss. He's always our boss. Yes. But he and I, after the draft, were both like, should we jump back on? Because he used to be a diehard Jets fan. And when I lived in New York, I was like, I guess I got to pick a team. I picked the Jets.
Right. They needed you more at that time.
The Giants didn't need any of us. We're like, damn it. But it's weird because I was like, I kind of want to get back on there. And it just feels like it's just never going to work. It is what it is. It is.
Yeah, I think for your mental state.
Yeah.
If there's no reason to jump on the Jets bandwagon, but I always feel they had you can talk to Gabe and we saw it last year. They kept games close.
Right.
By the way, I swayed a bit last year. I was convinced. I did a little betting, nothing big.
Yeah.
But I got swept up into it. And this is why I know how close the Jets lost many of their games. Normally, I wouldn't care. But I followed the league super religiously because of parlays.
This is how they get you.
And things like that. That's how they get you. They make it so easy.
So easy.
But I'm trying to be good this year. We'll see how long that lasts. I'll keep you posted. But honestly, we love the NFL. It's fantastic. There's some things we don't love. Deshaun Watson, that's one.
Yeah. I wish they loved us a little more, I guess, as a league. That's probably what I love to watch, and I'm back in, and I know I took years off, but sometimes I wish they loved this half of the fan base a little bit more.
Yeah.
That would feel nicer.
They're and it's a joke, getting back to the schedule, that Watson comes back against his Houston Texans. I mean, give me a break. Wasn't there somebody in the room, Beads, that said, hey, because there's no woman in there that actually isn't taking cues from men.
Exactly.
So, right? So there's no one that said, hey, I don't think the optics would be good on that.
Because 11 games is a very uneven, weirdly not round number. 11? I've never heard of such a thing.
So he can face his old team just in time so they can get the highest rated. Not that ratings are a problem.
But I was going to say, not that they care. But who else is ever going to watch a Texans game if not this one? That's
exactly.
it. Because we're not watching any other Texans games. They're awful.
Yeah.
They are awful.
Yeah.
Is what it is. But we're taking a quick break because Paige is coming back and she's going to test us a little true false NFL edition.
Oh
obviously.
Boy, exciting.
Okay, we're back.
We are ready.
Here's
Paige
what
is
we're
here,
gonna play.
baby.
Linda, many moons ago on the show, we had one Paul Pierce on, and
I know.
we all know
True
his
false
nickname is the
NFL
Truth.
edition.
So we
I
play
love
a game
true false.
called The Truth or the False. So we're gonna play it with you. So here we go. I'm just basically gonna say a statement. I'll ask one of you, and then you just tell me if it's the truth or if it's the false. Okay. All right, Beads. We'll start with you.
Oh God.
Beads.
Okay.
Wow.
Russell Wilson will not get the Broncos to the playoffs. Is this the truth or the false?
Ooh, God, Linda just talked about that too. Does have a chip on his shoulder. He does have a $25 million house with 97 bathrooms, which I feel like if anybody is on the regular, having that many bathrooms will give you a clean conscience and you'll be able to go into every day with a fresh, clean start.
Sure.
No,
In so many ways.
I know it's perfect. I think they will. It's tough. I think they will get to the playoffs. Let's ride. But I need him to stop saying "let's ride." I need it to stop yesterday. Enough.
Yeah.
Enough. It's so corny.
Good luck with that. That's
Counterpoint, more riding.
No, not
more let's rides.
He's so cheesy, bless his heart. I don't know, right? I feel like they'll get to the playoffs. After that, I don't have any prediction.
Okay. Now, what's my role here? Do I agree?
It's the false. It's the false. Yeah.
Linda,
no,
here
you
we
get
go.
the next one.
I got one for you.
Well, I get a new one.
Ooh, I
Linda,
like
okay, I'm ready.
Is this the truth or is this the false? Devontae Adams will put up record-breaking receiving numbers this year with passes from Derek Carr. Oof. True or false?
You know what? I'm going to say true.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going there. Listen, with all due respect to Aaron Rodgers, he's a polarizing figure. He thought he had Devontae Adams in his hand like a glove, like he would never leave me. And he left to go with his best friend and guy he used to play in college with. I'm rooting for Devontae Adams we thought he was great with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be superlative with Derek Carr and the Raiders.
I like that.
Who's like a sneaky pick, by the way, to do some serious things with Josh McDaniels running the offense as a head coach. So I say he will break the records. Yes, true.
Ooh, I like it. Hot take.
Full prediction.
Spicy.
By the way, we've all been in relationships. You can't take your
Yes.
partner for granted like that. No. They're going to leave.
Exactly. We've all been there.
Brother.
We have to go
We've
there,
all
I
been
hope.
there.
You can't shush him.
No, you can't.
You'd like
Beads.
to.
The truth
Yes.
or the false? Josh Allen will be league MVP this year.
Man, look.
No, we're just talking about it.
I know, right? It seems to be a high expectation that's been placed on this young man's head. I say, the thing is, I'm going to say the false, but I do not have an answer for who will be. I just think it's too much. The pressure is too much for a team that I don't think necessarily wants this kind of a target on their back, and nor do they really deserve it at this point because there were other teams I would have put ahead of them. So I say the false. I do not have an answer for who it will be, though.
Okay.
For that, you must look inside yourself. Okay.
Look inside yourselves, everyone, for an MVP.
Okay.
Deep in your soul.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Linda. The truth or the false? Kyler Murray will win a playoff game this year.
Ooh.
He has not won one yet in his career.
Wow.
Ugh.
Oh, that's
And
a
Cliff
toughie
Kingsbury.
because isn't that interesting when we talk about young quarterbacks? I forget he exists. I forget Kyler
Right?
Murray exists. He and his $189.5 million guaranteed money coming his way. You know,
He's
that
studying a
second
lot,
in
Linda.
guaranteed
He's
money
studying a lot.
Behind
It's so much
it's
money.
Naturally, it's
can't
just it's unreal. That division. Yeah, you said a playoff game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say the truth. I'm gonna say the truth because he's happy now.
Better be.
I'm trying to be nice to him. I'm gonna say the truth. It'll depends on the matchup, but we don't know what it'll be. But the truth, maybe he'll
If they
face
could
the winner
figure
of
out-
the NFC East, and he can win.
Like, isn't there a thing like they start hot and then just fizzle out? Maybe if they can reverse
he's done that.
Yeah, reverse it.
Yeah, he's done that. Right.
But is that Kingsbury too? Like, I feel like that's a joint blame.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was extended too, which I don't get. I don't know what's going on there.
He
in
has that
Arizona,
thing
but
that I don't know. People
I
just
don't know.
buy in.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm not a believer, but I'm going to be. You know, what's today? It's Thursday.
Yeah.
Start of the NFL season. I'm going to be a positive. Find the positive, as
like
I like
that.
to say.
right.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm gonna
remember,
find the
he has
positive
Hollywood Brown
the
now
truth.
added
Today's
in
a
the
positive
offseason,
day.
So.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Beads.
I said it. I said the truth.
I like it.
Beads.
She
Yeah.
said what she said. She said what she said.
Damn it. She said it.
Beadle.
She meant it. Okay. Yeah.
The truth or the false? Mitchell Trubisky, earlier this week named starting quarterback in Pittsburgh. Mitchell
Or Mitch, as he
Trubisky
likes
will
to be
keep the
referred to
starting
now.
job all year.
And named a captain, right? Like
Yes,
that part
correct.
I don't really.
True or false?
Well, okay. Taking out injury, obviously, because that can happen to anyone. I think, I say yes. I think they're setting it up. I think the Pickett thing, I think, is going to go by way of Young, and he's going to have this year to sort of watch and sit back and take it all in. So provided that Trubisky remains healthy, that he will keep the job. That's my gut tells me that.
Are we allowed to debate here or no?
Yeah, do you
Or is it
think
just-
no?
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah. First of all, I'm very disappointed with the Steelers because not because they made Mitch Trubisky the starter, but they made Mason Rudolph the backup. I know it's only week 1, but the way Kenny Pickett, and you watched him, Beads, the way he played in the preseason, solid. There were so-called experts saying, hey, he might get the starting job ahead of Trubisky. And I thought it'd be great for him to back up Trubisky, learn from him. And I really predicted that he might be in there in October as a starter. What did you pick him in the first round for?
Do you think that's a simple
to make
youth?
Him your starting quarterback.
Like, do you think they have closed door meetings, coach and higher ups, and sort of say, like, he's obviously our future, but maybe they just get hung up on sort of experience and age and say, no matter what he looks like in the preseason, this is our strategy. I know, and I don't know if there's any flexibility in that strategy. If Trubisky comes out and lays an egg and like the whole thing just becomes a disaster, maybe they change it all. But it just feels like they've put a weird rule in place that they didn't need to. Because you're right, I don't know why.
I don't know. The only thing I could think about, and this is just me guessing and gut feeling, because on the field he deserved to be the backup and not third string.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of is the fact that maybe they want to kind of deflate a little bit the tire, up in your head. That. Maybe he's from there. He played college ball there. All of it. He's not too young. He's 24. So he's one of those older rookies. So I think they want to kind of take him down a notch, maybe mentally, because he's hearing all the support. And they were maybe saying, hey, not so fast, rookie. You're going to learn. And maybe that's the kind of message Mike Tomlin is sending. I don't like it. I think he can learn that message by being a backup.
I do too.
We've seen the act beads of Mason Rudolph.
That's the part I don't get. By the way, you think Mason Rudolph goes home and he's like, I don't know how I did this again, but here we are.
He never got in a preseason game. He made mop-up duty in the fourth quarter.
God, he's like the Chase Daniel of Mason Rudolph's. Just keep it going.
Don't do that to Chase.
Hey, that man's made a lot of money doing a whole lot of nothing, and I am here for all of it. Well done, sir. You won.
An icon.
You won.
An absolute
he's an icon.
All right,
hey,
Linda.
His expectations were like right here, and he met them. So
it's perfect. That's all you need. Did what I did.
When the bar's in the ground, you can clear that pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right, Linda, the truth or the false? The Jets will not win a game this year.
What? Come on.
Oh, that's false. The false.
That's rude. That's bloody rude.
That's disrespectful to Gabe and all Jet fans everywhere.
First of all, Linda, don't defend Gabe. He's not a Jets fan anymore. Okay, he's
a bandwagon.
Then he's a fraud.
He's a Chargers fan now.
He's a
allegedly.
fraud then.
He's the worst.
Normalized sports divorce. We had a whole episode about it.
But not winning a game is disrespectful.
Yeah, come on. They're not that bad.
Right.
They're not that bad.
That's what you want to hear.
Let's reverse course here. Reverse course. Beads. The truth or the false? The Lions, this is a cute question. The Lions will win at least he says 9. I'm going to make it, the Lions will win at least 12 games this season. The truth
12 games? Look, I have bought into them as much as anybody else who's watched Hard Knocks at all this season. And they are a fun group of humans to watch. But that's absurd. 12 is absurd.
What about 9? He wrote 9.
I would have given, because what is that, 9 and 8? I mean, it would be the feel-good story of sports if they,
That's a strong statement.
I feel like it'd be fun to watch. I'll give you 9. Fuck it.
Okay.
I'll put $1 on 9.
You are in a good mood, man.
Right? Didn't we say?
I was in a good mood.
Positive. That's and
you're right.
they were
positive.
in it last year. They same when we were talking about the Jets. Like I feel like the Lions made some games really fun to watch.
They did.
As a unit, they like each other, and you cannot say that for all teams. And I think there's value in that, personally.
Yeah. All right, who's going to win? This is like a bonus page. This page is like a bonus question. Who do you think is going to win more games, Beads?
Between the Jets
Lions
and the
or Jets?
Oh, God.
Lions.
I'm sorry I cut in there, but I'm like,
please, no.
As if the schedules will matter. God, you know what? I think they're very similar. I think they won't necessarily be blown out week in and week out, and they'll make it interesting. I'm going to say Lions.
We'll leave it there.
Yeah.
That's enough. They'll make it interesting.
Getting blown out is a whole different animal, right? Like that's just laughable, and then you are the punchline, and deservedly so.
But they did keep it close. I mean, I remember so many games they were leading at halftime against quality opponents.
Exactly.
And then they ended up losing.
Just figure out how to close it out. That's really what you need to work on. That's all I'm saying.
Speaking about closing it out.
Oh. Was that?
We're going to take a quick break. We're going to,
You're the worst.
that was a good segue. What are you talking about? Speaking of closing it out, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we have 2 more. We're back.
Here we go.
Okay.
Linda, the truth or the false? Christian McCaffrey will be the comeback player of the year this year.
Ooh.
Wow.
I'm trying to think of others that were on the mend and all that. You know what? I'm going to say, he's still likable around the league, and I think whoever votes for these awards knows that. Plus, he's got a better quarterback in Baker Mayfield. So I think Baker's going to help make that happen with the Panthers. So I say the truth.
I mean, talk about playing with a chip on your shoulder. That's what you want in your quarterback.
Right.
Like, that dude's coming out.
Yeah,
I hope.
I like him.
I root for him.
I love Baker.
Yeah. I don't understand the hate. There's a lot of hate, and I don't really. And I'm usually on the hate side because I'm a jerk. But like, I really don't get it. I don't get why there's so much hate for him. The only thing that scares me about Christian McCaffrey is health. Like, that's my only. I worry about that. But that's it.
Well, yes, to win Comeback Player of the Year award, he must stay healthy after an injury playing.
I don't know if he can. Can he stay? I don't know.
I know.
God, I hope so.
Yeah. So I'll say the truth.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's his to lose, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. That does make sense, Paige.
Thanks, Michelle. Here we go. Here's the last one. Michelle, the truth or the false? You sucked venom out of Linda's leg in 2011.
Classic.
Well, little known fact. Yeah. I mean, Linda, I don't know. This is really your life-saving moment to share, but we were on a retreat hiking somewhere in, what was it, Arizona?
It was Arizona. It was hot.
Yeah, it was hot. It was hot as hell in some rocky area. And she was bitten by a snake.
Yep.
And I immediately just went into survival mode. And I can't
Wow.
She did.
Wow.
She did not even hesitate, Paige. She came to my rescue.
Real heroes never do.
It's well documented. I think there's video about it.
Yeah. TMZ got us on it.
That's right. It was huge, and it's all true. And I don't think I've hiked since that hike in 2011. I'll be honest with you.
Can you believe this story exists?
Beads, you're not with me. I'd only hike again if you hiked with me.
That's it. Because I know now that I'm destined to be bitten by a snake, and the only way I'm going to do that is if I know you're next to me. Because that's how
I would have to reciprocate
Wow.
to save your life as well.
Friendship.
My favorite part about all that is that we've straight faced that for 11 years.
Yes, we did.
And I'll do it to my death. I'll do it to my death.
Me too. It's so classic. We really bonded over that life-saving moment.
It's the Paul Pierce pooped his pants game and this. Those are the two big
1-2
sports.
punch.
Are they real or are they not stories?
Legend.
You tell us.
Yes. Oh, it's on the Mount Rushmore of legendary stories.
On the Mount Rushmore of amazingness. Linda, I am so happy to see your face. It has literally been too long. Thanks a lot, COVID. And next time I'm in LA, we still owe each other about 6 to 8 bottles of white wine. So,
oh my God,
it's
can
happening.
I go for the red wine? Because I don't agree.
Actually, you're right.
Wine.
Yeah, the white too much sugar for me.
It is just it's just nothing. But this was all my pleasure. And once again, I know you can't take compliments.
That's really good.
I'm so proud of you. You just continue to be you and never stop.
I will follow you everywhere. And I love you. I like hearing your voice in my car. It's like weird, creepy, and beautiful and sexy all at the same time.
I love that. I love that. I love you, Beads.
I love you, Linda. Yay! Paige, you're like our daughter right now. It's so weird.
I feel that way. Honestly, true. I'll make both of you feel uncomfortable. I think 15-year-old Paige is like losing her mind at being on something with the two of you. I would pretend to be you on Cougar News, our high school news show.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Wait, you guys had a
Cougar
high school
news? I thought
show?
that was something else.
I did too. I thought she was calling us Cougars. I was like, thanks,
This
Paige.
is before Cougars became in the
did you
lexicon,
hear?
blessedly. But we had a
we do accept
news
it.
show.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Linda, I love you to death. I'm so happy we got this done.